You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
What a night of football it was at La Cartuja, where Betis and Real Sociedad delivered one of the most intense games of this La Liga season so far. The match had everything. Early goals, defensive mistakes, a lot of controversy, and that kind of electric atmosphere that makes Spanish football so special. In the end, Betis came out on top with a 2-1 victory. But the story of the game was far more than just the scoreline. The night started with fireworks. Almost literally, just 8 minutes into the game, Betis struck first, thanks to a thunderbolt from Cucho Hernandez. The Colombian received the ball at the edge of the box, turned sharply, and unleashed a missile straight into the top corner. The stadium erupted, and for a moment it looked like Betis were ready to dominate. But Real Sociedad responded quickly. Only 4 minutes later, Brais Mendes took advantage of a defensive slip by Betis. After a clever setup from Baronet, Brais calmly slotted the ball past Pau Lopez, leveling the game at 1-1. The equalizer silenced the crowd for a moment, and suddenly the momentum shifted. The rest of the first half was a roller coaster. Chances came at both ends. Antony tried to find his moment of glory for Betis, but Sergio Gomez was brilliant in shutting him down. Real Sociedad looked sharp through Take Kubo and Oyarzabal, but the Betis defense held on, even though there were nervous moments every time they tried to play out from the back. Controversy also made an appearance. Amrabat was shown a yellow card in a situation where many argued Natan should have been penalized instead. Had the decision gone differently, Natan might have been sent off. The VAR, however, could not intervene, leaving Betis relieved. When the second half kicked off, the game exploded again. Just 3 minutes after the restart, Abde pressured Real Sociedad goalkeeper Ramiro, who made a dreadful mistake. His attempted clearance ricocheted awkwardly, and the ball ended up in the back of the net. It was marked as an own goal, and suddenly, Betis were 2-1 up. The home fans were ecstatic, while Real Sociedad were left shaking their heads at the misfortune. From there, the game became a battle of nerves. Real Sociedad pushed hard for another equalizer. Brais had a golden chance in the 47th minute, but dragged his shot wide. Kubo caused problems on the right, while Oyarzabal nearly scored with a header just before the break. Still, Betis stood firm. Pau Lopez made a couple of key saves, and Pellegrini's men managed the final minutes with discipline, despite the constant pressure. The victory means a big boost for Betis, who move closer to European positions, something the club and fans crave. For Real Sociedad, it's another painful setback. They still haven't won this season, and pressure is mounting on Sergio Francisco's squad. Yet, the flashes of quality from Brais, Kubo, and even Guedes, who has a special history of scoring against Betis, suggest that their first win may not be far away. At La Cartuja, Betis celebrated with joy, while Real Sociedad left with frustration, but also the knowledge that they created enough to deserve more. Football, as always, was decided by fine margins, and tonight those margins favored Betis. Stay subscribed for more videos.